Hey everybody!
Hi.
Hello guys! This is MaJeliv. We're the Vasquez family. I'm Matthew.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Jemmy.
I'm Jose.
And I'm Joshua.
And today we are going to be reacting to the official trailer of The Acolyte coming to Disney+. This is Star Wars The Acolyte. It's been long awaited by many Star Wars fans.
Yes.
I kind of have to give my family a little refresher as to what this is about. A lot of us have been curious as to what exactly this show is going to entail. When they revealed this show, it's kind of been announced for a long time now. But at the last, I believe, I forgot when it was that they announced it, but they kind of gave us a little bit more detail as to when this will take place. This will take place during the High Republic era, which up until now has only been explored in books and I believe some comics maybe. But it's basically the era before the Phantom Menace. So this is before the prequels, kind of setting the stage for the rise of the Sith, of Darth Sidious, Palpatine, Plagueis, and all that going on, leading into obviously the rise of the Empire and the fall of the Jedi. And so we're going to see the Jedi in a different kind of light, in a light where, kind of seeing them become who they are in the prequel trilogy, overzealous, very prideful, and blinded by just that sense of security and that they have everything under control when they clearly don't. So here we'll kind of see that begin to kind of play, start to kind of unravel. So very curious. In terms of the characters, we have some really great actors involved, and cinematographers and things, but I think we'll give our more thoughts after once we actually get some visuals going on and story, because, putting everything else aside, what does this show have to offer, right, in terms of a story and journey. So anyway, that's a little bit of introduction for any of you guys watching that are curious about what this show might entail. But yes, we're extremely excited to be here with all of you today. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's jump into the official trailer of The Acolyte. Here we go.
Can deceive you.
Huh.
We must not trust them.
The eyes.
Tell me what comes into your mind.
I'm loving the little Padawans already.
Life. Balance. I see fire.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it,
Wow.
is it
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense.
What happened?
I sensed darkness.
What's that girl's problem?
This isn't about good or bad. This is about power and who is allowed to use it.
What is that?
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Wow.
Man, people want more lightsabers.
What?
I mean, there it is.
June 4th.
Huh.
Wow, man. Oh, that looks so interesting.
Dang.
That is a good teaser.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns.
Yeah, that's exactly
in terms
what
of
that is.
the
Teaser.
I mean, we know that the darkness emerging is gonna lead to Palpatine, right?
Yeah.
But there's
Also, like,
clearly
the rise
more
into
immediate,
darkness.
more of an immediate threat. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with Dad. It's a very, very fascinating teaser. I think it's the first time in a long time where, I mean, this probably isn't like the accurate way of saying this, but I feel like since like a Mando or like a show or Star Wars content that isn't built off of like the nostalgia, like whoa factors in a trailer, like oh my gosh, it's so and so.
Yeah.
This is very much so filled with a lot of new and intriguing things that we don't necessarily know about if you're the regular audience goer. Now, if you are a Star Wars fan and you've read the books, if you've read the comics, then you might have an idea of what certain planets are, what characters are here, are present, what this tribe is that are going out to attack Jedi, that so-called claim this power that they're supposed to have.
Right.
I think it's kind of like it's a little like, because we know the Jedi, it's like, who are these people, right? Who do they have to say to, that they deserve the power? Right. It's all very intriguing. It's very interesting. And the fact that there is lightsabers and different creatures and different races of Star Wars characters, it's all very exciting with the set designs and the music, just all aspects of what a show can offer. It's something to look forward to, for sure.
Something so original about the idea as well. You know, you have a lot of question marks of who this person is, or what's her story, and obviously they had that little intro in the beginning of little Padawan where it seems like it could be a younger version of her. Also, I'm curious how they would explain the whole rise of that darkness, of the balance of dark and light. And it just seems so originally, very original. It kind of it reminds me of Andor, how it's like, it's in a world we're familiar with, yet there's still things that are so different from what we know. So it's almost, at least for me, it's very intriguing and exciting, because there's less to expect. Like, you don't know fully what's going to go on. If we meet certain characters, we'll get attached to what happens to them. Like, a lot of new things, which I honestly love, because you just feel the expansion of the galaxy, quite literally, versus trying to always just take things back to, like, the original Star Wars, It's a galaxy far, far away. It's great. It's, it's different. It's very, it's taking its own spin. So I'm curious to see what the director to, the main person in charge, what she'll bring to this, because it's very curious. I'm very, very excited for this.
Yeah, go ahead, Mo.
No, I was going to ask about these. So you said that this happens kind of in the time before the Clone Wars?
Yes, so before Qui-Gon, before Obi-Wan, a couple of decades, I would say, before. It's not like right before. But there's clearly a sense of a darkness emerging. So I feel like this is kind of maybe be one of those situations where, I don't know, there's clearly that one woman that had like that black outfit on with the paintings on her. I would not be surprised if there is some inspiration when it comes to like the Night Sisters. Not that it will be like that, but a darker force. Very similar to what we were seeing in Ahsoka a little bit, kind of foreshadowing this other darkness that's emerging. That's more covered by a shroud, It's kind of shrouded in the it's clouded, again, the way that the Jedi couldn't see it. And so, yeah, I'm very curious. I see something here. I know it's a New York Show's breakdown, but it's next to the trailer, but a little shot there of like Plo Koon, to the mention of, yes, we may potentially meet younger versions of characters that we know in the prequels. Like a younger Yoda. Yoda has been shown in the books, because, again, Yoda at this point is even younger. So, again, we may meet Yoda, we may meet a younger Plo Koon, some of these Jedi Masters that we knew in the prequels as they're coming up, the ones.
So what? He's not 500. He's probably like 425.
Something like that, right? That, or maybe around 300, maybe somewhere in there.
Wow.
But
adolescence,
right? Man. but it's I think it's that'd be very interesting to see too. Again, a different time, because even though it's many years before, we still saw the main Jedi Master that we'll be following. I don't know his name yet. But on Coruscant, they're on Coruscant, the Jedi Temple. So he's teaching Padawans. I would not be surprised if this character by Amandla Stenberg is like maybe an old Padawan of his. Something of the sort. We've kind of seen that before in the past. It's a very common theme when it comes to different Star Wars stories, the relationship that Padawans have with their master apprentice.
Or she's like a victim to someone that they trusted that was a Jedi, that then turned to being a Sith, and so their trust in Jedi became negative, and they went rogue against them because they're traitors.
Right. Yeah, I mean, maybe she's on a hunt for Jedi who are kind of bound to.
That's what it feels like. A very angry person on a mission that is
very
family
anti-hero,
bound,
kind
very
of.
anti-hero.
Which character are you guys talking about?
The one that's doing all the flips and the daggers and getting
the one there with the
mask.
Force. The one that's like mysterious.
Okay, gotcha.
That doesn't look like necessarily someone from Star Wars. It's kind of like an in-between,
very
like
vigilant.
new thing. Yeah, very new
So
thing.
could it be expected that we'll understand more of what the, sorry if I butcher this word,
It's okay.
the Metachlorian?
Midichlorians.
Midichlorians?
Midichlorians.
like the significance of that and why maybe Anakin was so sought after and special?
Well, so
I mean, not that I wanted to connect. I know I have a bad habit of that because it was so beautifully all happening. But now,
no, I think
it is a fresh approach. But when I think about timeline, I do like the expansion of this universe where we are meeting so many new people and characters from the past and the history behind, like, you know, when we just meet like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and you know, there is an intrigue about, okay, where do they start? What was their beginnings like? What were the Jedi? What were they about? You know.
Yeah.
I was gonna recall that moment in the beginning where that little girl goes, "Fire." I think that also could be, like Matthew was saying, this rogue person that we see.
Right.
That could be a flashback to when she was in the temple and she started to see things that go against what the Jedi are and what they foresee.
Or the
and
future,
so then they start to banish her and throw her out. There's a lot of possibilities for her.
Or the future. Yeah, there's so much. I think
speculation.
to your point, Mom, I think we'll probably step into like what Qui-Gon was starting to discover, which is the prophecy and
maybe a lack of
and
attentiveness
the emergence
to
of the Sith. Qui-Gon, from what I believe, was the one that was more on it and, you know, more aware of that reality. But yeah, Dad, I don't know if you have any other things you want to add in.
I mean, honestly, it was hard to figure out who I'm rooting for. I mean, it's a teaser. It felt like this looks really cool. I felt visually it was the fighting looks elevated, like a lot more martial arts style type of fighting, which I'm always all about.
Funny enough, it reminds me because the actresses in it of The Matrix.
Yes.
Certain things, so it's kind of
Is
only,
Carrie,
it's only
Carrie
fitting.
Ann Moss, is that her name? Carrie.
Yeah, I don't remember.
We can just call her Trinity.
We'll call
Trinity.
For now. I
don't know her
name
character
and
name
we
in
will
this, but
find it out.
I mean, she fits in this. I like how she fits in the galaxy of what this is. There's no story element that I'm emotionally invested in just yet.
Yeah.
There's a visual. I think you're intriguing me with your theory that the little girl that sees fire is the same character we see here with the mask. That's very intriguing to me. So now I'm like, ooh, you know, that's interesting. So maybe the Jedi are weeding out potential bad apples from the batch, and that's interesting. But apart from that, I mean, there's not much I can genuinely say I'm super excited about. I mean, it's Star Wars, so that I love hearing the sound of the lightsaber again, and
It's a little bit like Mando in that sense, where it's when the first season came out, right? Like we don't really know what to expect, and even the director said that. I did read a little article after the trailer had officially dropped, kind of like the thoughts and stuff, and that was a big theme of like, it's just the trailer's just a drop of the bucket. There's a lot going on, which I can sense. I would kind of imagine. I would hope, especially because it's such a new era that we've never really stepped into in live action. And then, like you were saying about the fighting, seeing so many lightsabers towards the end is exciting.
Something you haven't seen in a while.
Yes, and hopefully to make them to see them reflect a little bit more of the fighting style that we saw in the prequels. But
I mean, I do have to say that there does feel this sense of expansion where you see characters in the snow, and so there's, you know, in different lands, and I don't know, there seems to be a vastness to this that I guess I didn't expect, but I don't know anything about zero, except the stuff that we've heard tonight together.
Like what the Acolyte means.
But none of that is a
cool.
bad thing. Like I'm okay with that. I have zero expectations.
Not negative, not positive.
Which is honestly, it's exciting
neutral.
when you have less expectations because you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
So it has really great potential to be like amazing.
Yeah,
but then also at the same time, it's a risk. So it's like,
It
how
is.
are we going to take
It
it?
is.
But I honestly applaud them for
Me
even
too.
taking a
Me
risk
too.
because people have been playing it safe for a very long time. So I really appreciate when they take these kind of risks because this could tell a really great story and we just don't know it yet. So
anyway,
Yeah.
those are
our
our
thoughts.
Our thoughts. We definitely have talked here
Many
enough.
thoughts.
But yeah, we are huge against Star Wars fans. If it's your first time watching and you've made it this far, thank you for listening to our thoughts. We definitely want to hear what you have to say down below. As you can tell, we really enjoy Star Wars. We've seen a lot of Star Wars Star Wars Ahsoka. We've been watching Mandalorian. We've shared our reactions with all of you there. So, we've definitely been taking you guys along the ride when it comes to our journey with Star Wars these last couple of years. So we just love to hear your thoughts and connect with all of you. So meet us down there in the comments. And if you want to have access to more MaJeliv content, specifically those uncut watch-alongs to the reactions that we have to Mandalorian and Ahsoka, you guys can have access to those by becoming a member of this channel by clicking the link in the description or the card up above to have access to our Patreon, or by clicking that join icon next to the subscribe button. So you have two ways to become members of this channel, have access to those uncut watch-alongs that we have done to other Star Wars content and that we hope to do for the Acolyte as well.
Yes.
And we also have been talking about trying to do the Tales of the Jedi as well, because we've heard great things.
Yes.
And
Yes.
huge fans of Clone Wars. And
Bad Batch.
Yes.
And Bad Batch.
Should finish Bad Batch.
But
we have to catch up.
Anyway.
It's exciting.
So yes, meet us on there if you guys are interested in that. You can check that out. But regardless, you being here today means a lot to us. So thank you. Go out there, spread your light, and we'll see you guys in the next MaJeliv video. Have a MaJeliv day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.